virtual product and even make money online right now, then I'd love to help you through that journey as well.
To all the staff from Speakers Institute, you guys have been really supportive and really, really lovely and encouraging. But to everybody else, for all of your honesty and your courage for stepping up here and just giving all, because I've learned so much from every single one of you, and it's just been really, really good.
I just wanted to say, being out of the workforce for 6 years, looking after little kids, and this is the first course I've ever done, and it was astounding. It blew my mind. It was beyond my expectations. And thank you, Kate, for the feedback today. That was brilliant, and it's given me the confidence to back myself, because I didn't have that before. Because, you know, when you leave for a while and you come back, it's all a bit dodgy. So thank you.
Sam, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That has been absolutely awesome. I've learned a hell of a lot today, and I really feel like we're all improving. So thank you so much. It's been really awesome.
I wish everyone all the best on the course. I think it's a wonderful course. And Sam, you've created an amazing business, but I also want to congratulate the people you've got working underneath you, because it wouldn't be that great if you didn't have all this wonderful resource. And I congratulate them for supporting you. It's excellent.
I'd actually just like to thank Sam and the team so much for everything you've done, but I'd really like to thank everybody else. I have learnt so much from all of you. It's just been so exhilarating. I'm so excited for each and every one of you, because it's just the growth in such a short space of time has been phenomenal. So thank you all very, very much.
So I want to say, look, I've forever been doing courses and programs. I've probably spent over $350,000 in my life. This was worth every cent. I'm very, very impressed with the level of knowledge of the coaches. And they just kept offering gold nugget after gold nugget. Definitely was worth every minute as well. So thanks.
Hi guys, I just wanted to say my work relies on face-to-face workshops, speaking at conferences around the world. So investing in this course is really about looking to the future. So it's really an investment in the long term. It's been a really, really professionally put together course. So commendations all round to all of you.
From the age of 9 years old, I have been fascinated with success. The day I left school, I could not read, spell or write. I had no idea what I wanted to be or could be. All I did know was I had a burning desire to create success. I just didn't know where to start or how to achieve it. My only option was to get a job at McDonald's. For 18 years, my desired success mission was to own my own McDonald's stores. For me to achieve this, I needed to be an outstanding performer and create wealth of over $1 million, debt-free. I achieved my desired success mission 3 years ago. I currently own 2 McDonald's stores that produce over $8 million in revenue per annum. For many years, I have had a deep sense that my story, message and knowledge was meant to be heard by more than just the people within my life. I knew I had to find the right person to help me achieve this mission. Sam showed me the power of stories, the ability to be more vulnerable, and most of all, how to systemize 20 years of leadership, business, and success knowledge. If you have a story, message, or knowledge that you want to share and add value to people, Sam is your man.
Hey guys, Sam Cawthorne here, CEO and founder of Speakers TV. Lean in where you can, give us any level of feedback, and we are really excited about your success. And don't forget, the best is yet to come.
Life was beautiful before Speakers Institute. It's just more beautiful now. So I just had a business for 35 years and 8 months, and I sold that, which is pretty extraordinary because I was a podiatrist and a lot of health practitioners don't get to sell their business. So I sold it. I wrote my first book, which is about my first 58 years of life. And then I literally stepped into the unknown. And even though it's extraordinary and beautiful, it was absolutely terrifying because I didn't have direction and I didn't have clarity and I didn't have guidance. And then I fell into Speakers Institute. And in that space, then began to find all of that. So in Speakers Institute, it's a place I can actually rest, knowing that there's a definite path to move forward. When I started, I was all over the place going, oh, feminine flow is really good. And then you look at it and go, it's distractive. It's not good for the audience, but I was so stuck in my head about what I thought was good. And then, so to be able to see the before and after and to see the evolution, then it was like, I don't want to be like that. And the whole thing, the day one when I met Sam was, I'm a world champion athlete. I want to be a world champion speaker. And basically I haven't found anywhere else where I get to do that. And on this, it's like, cool, I'm heading again, gaining mastery of speaking. And again, it opens my heart, it opens my mind. And again, I have direction, I have certainty. And I don't have all the answers yet, but it's a space that I'm getting more and more answers every time I'm in the proximity. The future is really bright, and especially when I'm in proximity. It's one of the things that Sam really encourages all the time, that the best is yet to come. And I have so much confidence that even when I'm unsure and I'm uncertain of things, I have such certainty that where I'm going is the right path. And so I can't recommend Speakers Institute highly enough. It transforms my life, and it's transforming everyone around there as well.
Welcome to Speakers Tribe TV, and on this amazing Monday, wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, here at Speakers TV, all we want to do is to really help you on this journey to be a recognized influencer, to upgrade your speaking skills. And that's exactly what we have in store for this episode. Guys, we are super excited about Speakers TV because not only are we bringing to you some of the best speakers, trainers to really help you to upgrade your skill set in speaking, but also we really want to help you on your journey. And wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for tuning in here on this amazing Monday. Why not start Monday with learning from the best in the world? Because that's exactly what we'll bring to you. And my encouragement to you, if you haven't already, make sure you join us on any of our social media, Speakers Institute, Speakers Tribe, Speakers TV. It's all on there. We cannot wait to hear how this episode has really helped you and impacted your life. To your success, welcome to episode Monday.
So now I flew in yesterday together with my best friend Irene, and we took the red eye flight. Usually we call red eye flights. Red eye flights meaning that, you know, it's a midnight flight, and we try to catch some sleep because I know that I'm going to speak on the very first day, and it's really, really grace and mercy that's given by Sam and the organizer to be able to speak on the first session. It's a great honor, responsibility, but it's a great joy because so that I can sit back and relax for the next 2 days. So this is really, really enjoyable for me, and I'm really, really very happy to be here with all of you. A little bit of history about myself. About approximately 20 years ago, I couldn't be possibly standing on the stage to speak to you in English. I'm a Malaysian, Chinese educated. I came to Singapore in 1992, so you can guess my age. I finished my high school in Malaysia. I went to Singapore to finish my degree. And at the time, it was quite challenging for me because being a Chinese educated person hardly speak English in a Chinese school. Went to Singapore to really learn everything in English is totally daunting to me. And during that time, I had this desire to make an impact, because being a Chinese person, educated from a very traditional family, we care about our face, We cannot bring any disgrace to the family, and it's an honor that we have to make sure that we always do at the very best that we can so that we don't disappoint anybody. So with that kind of attitude, I went to Singapore and joined the college. And first day, the teacher said, "Hey, we have a Malaysian in the class. What's your name?" And I said, "Oh, my name is Michelle." And then she said, "Can you share with us more about yourself and about your country, especially about the politics, blah, 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 blah." And I was totally dumbfounded because I really do not know how to express myself in English. And all I said was only 2 words: no comments. I had that no comments for 6 months. And one day, the principal called me into the room and said that, "I heard about you, and I heard about your no comments. And I believe, if let's say you carry on to have no comments, I will send you back to your country. And I believe you have no comments as well." And therefore, there and then, I made a decision that I have to change my perspective. I have to work double hard in order to improve my English. And during that time, financially, we couldn't be afford to go to any language school. So what I did is very simple. To you, it's a day of newspaper. And newspaper is the only English material that I use to improve my English. It's a one-day news to many people, but it is a one-month news to me. Because it took me 1 month to completely understand the entire articles in the newspaper with lots of Chinese vocabularies, dictionaries, explanations. And I'm very thankful that I actually been to these special occasions that is organized by a classmate. And she said something, "Michelle, if let's say you would like to learn how to speak better, you have to speak. You can't just possibly understanding and absorb all the knowledge in you and do not speak. How can you improve that?" And since then, I became very talkative. Well, Sam and some of my classmates know very well. Speaking is still something that in the back of my mind that, am I really worth it? Am I really able to share something valuable for people? But I'm really thankful to Speaker Institute. It really changed my mind. And it changed, I believe, all of us as well. Okay, let me test it out with the technically. Is it okay? Cool. Now, I would like all of us to look into each other's eyes and follow me to say that. Hello, speaker.
Hello, speaker. Hello, speaker. Movement maker.
Hello, impact builders.
Hello, impact builder.
Hello, change makers.
Hello, change maker.
And the important things. Hello, leaders.
Hello, leader.
Great, give a round of applause.
Yay!
Yes. My name is Michelle. I'm a 17-year-old mad woman on stage. My t-shirt speak of it. I started med school is approximately 17 years ago. And it is a school that is really deeply, deeply impacted me. With all that I've learned, I put into place as a platform to empower people. I firmly believe that every one of us is creative. There are many of us have doubts that thinking that, creativity is not something for me. No, I'm not that gifted. I'm not good. But in my last 17 years of running med school, which stands for making a difference through marketing, advertising, design, I've witnessed swimming instructor became the art director. I've witnessed a curtain seller running his own advertising agencies. I've witnessed a taxi driver now is a creative director of Ogilvy. I've witnessed many, many outstanding, ordinary people They chose to become superordinary, extraordinary, not because of what they already have. It's because a decision that they made. And that has been my missions in my life, that is to empower and to transform community through design. And that's what I do every single day. You know, there is a Chinese proverb saying, if you are planning for a year, sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant trees. But if you are sowing for a lifetime, educate people. And all of us here have a very important roles. We are speaker. We are trendsetter. We are disruptor. We are the leaders in this space to educate people to be greater. Day in, day out, I organize various events in Singapore, from youth to adults to conference, working with government organizations, talking to youth from different backgrounds, youth at risk, ex-offenders, drugs ex-offenders. And we also run events that is to make sure that the entire ecosystem is being fostered and nurturing so that everyone is on the same page by transforming and empowering various stages, different levels of the people. Not just for ordinary public people, or not just for super leaders, but even for those communities that has forgotten. This is actually a group of refugees that they were stranded in Indonesia. At the time when I was given this particular project to ask that, Michelle, will you be able to come and support this group of communities? I was asking myself, what can I do for them? And then, with our whole team, we came together and we said that, hey, we are only very good in education. Why don't we use what we have to empower these people with the skill so that even though they are in Indonesia, they were not given a citizenship, they were not given any permit to work. They are basically from Afghanistan, and they're stranded in Indonesia to seek asylum from persecution. They run for their life, not because they are hoping for a better life. Simply, they are hoping for one simple thing, to have peace and to be alive. And wow, that blew my mind. You know, many of us in our stages of life, we could be inspired by great leaders. But these are the people that inspired me. All they look for is only such a simple mission in their life, to make sure that their family are safe. And they went through all the difficulties just to be sure that their family is in safe conditions. And I met Nick about 6-7 years ago, and I told Nick, I must have a picture with you. It was a very, very unique occasion because it is a closed-door meeting, and I managed to get all my teams. We closed the office, all of us just go there to meet him. And we took this picture. And I told Nick that, Nick, I know that there are many people having this unbelief because of the physical disabilities, and I really would like to do something for them. And he said, yes. The saddest part in our life is that when the able man, physically able man, fail to see their invisible disabilities. And we, although we are physically disabled, but we have hope and dreams that we can see the invisible abilities in us. And this is what we did in Singapore, educating people with disabilities, and I call them people with dreams. These are really awesome people. They suffered muscular dystrophy. And as you know, muscular dystrophy, typically they only have approximately 10 years. Most of them couldn't live longer than 30 years, 35 years. as young as little boy, which is only like 17 years old. And this is Shufin. He's about 19 years old. And he told me in my eyes that, Michelle, although most of us couldn't live beyond 30, maybe there is a countdown that made me realize that I should treasure my single day and to do something different. And that is so powerful. I mean, these are the lives of the people that we may see them every day struggling, take up their daily challenge, and go beyond it. And how about us here? There's more we can do. Definitely, there is more we can do. This is a very interesting phrase that most of us will know. The life of significance is to give somebody who needs your gift, your leaderships, and your purpose. And all of us are desired to live a fulfilling life. You may look at me and thinking about, wow, Michelle, that's great. You and your team has done a great job. You know, every day you are impacting lives from all walks of circles, socials, different reach out to different groups of people. But as we are celebrating and we were thinking that we are having a good impact life, a fulfilling life, we thought that, yes, I've made it. That should be the way. We carry on to make a difference. We carry on to make an impact to the people. That is our missions. Day in, day out, we live with that. We breathe in with that. We breathe out with that mission. But not all the endings are always happy. Just as I was looking into the company's impact that preparing for 2019, and we were invited, nominated for Brands for Good in Singapore to receive the award, I was compiling and celebrating with my staff and talking about, wow, you know, we have went on to Cambodia, we have went on to Indonesia, we in Singapore, we have touched all walks of life, we have achieved so much. That is really a great job. And I had a phone call rang. It was one of my advisor. He's only 2 years older than me. His name is Gary. Gary has seen me grown, and he has coached me all the while for approximately close to 19 years. I've known him for 19 years. And it was a call from his mobile phone, but it was his wife on the other side of the phone. And his wife was crying and said that, are you the Michelle that running that school? I said, yes, I am. And he said that, I would like to break a news to you. Gary has gone. And I was shocked. His wife was crying and weeping over the phone. And I was thinking, how could that be possible? He is only 2 years older than me. And his wife said, yes. He left without a word. He left without any single thing that's telling us. We know that you are his great friend, and therefore we called you. So, on that day, that night, I was locking myself in the room, and I was thinking, many of us has been very busy in making an impact, doing a lot of difference, just like me. We every day excited by all the movement. But I realized that I missed out something very important. And that is, movement does not mean progress. We could be busy planning for activities to fill our life, to think about what can we do, pack our schedule day in, day out, meet the people that we think that it will be the great person that can lift us to the next level. But I would like to remind all of us here that movement could keep you busy toggling around, but it may not mean a real progress that you're seeking for. And second, realization. Who's next? Gary left without a word, and it made me ponder, what if I live today? Who's next? Who is going to be the next person that's going to carry on your vision, carry on the legacy that you have, that you started? And the third realization that I had is legacy starts now. As we are talking about our vision, we need to also look into the legacy that we're planning. And it starts now. Therefore, I realized that what I've been missing in all these years, that yes, we're making impact, we're making a difference, but I miss out something very important. I allowed KPIs, I allowed all the impacts, the lives as the numbers on my balance sheets or on my impact reports. I need to have a vision, and the vision required me to start building the legacy. And Nelson Mandela mentions very clear, there are people who have visions, but no actions. These are the daydreamers. There are people that have the action without vision. They just keep themselves busy. Let's be the one that have the vision with action, because only that will become a guiding star for all of us here. What are we doing for? Why are we doing it for? Therefore, I changed my perspective. I no longer occupied myself with all the activities. I started to learn how to build people. And building people is very, very important for all of us here. Because it's not just about going there to do a very wonderful opening and a wonderful stage and a wonderful audience. Everybody are into it. And after that, it's no more. We have to start to build people that is go alongside with us. And that's why I was so excited when Sam is announcing all these Speakers Tribes initiatives. These are the initiatives that building people. And every one of us, we don't have to own the companies, to own the tribes to do that. We can start doing it. I always believe that charity starts from home. Your immediate families, your immediate friends, your immediate colleagues. Everyone can be your tribes. Everyone can be the possible people that you can spend your time to build. And that's what I do every day now. I dedicate my time intentionally to build people. And I'm going to show it to you that how I came to realize this thing after Gary's death. And I would like to show you a simple step that allowed you to navigate at this junction where you are and how can this lead you. And this is what I call the ECG of life. We all know what is ECG. It's about electrocardio, measuring about your heart rhythms to ensure that your heart rhythm is normal. But I would like us to take a very different step. Assuming that today I'm going to ask you, what is the ECG of your life? The heartbeats that you have every single day that you wake up. Would you be able to draw that out? How will that chart be look like? Paint it in your head first. And basically, I draw my own ECG life in the 3 simple components: the dots, the circle, and the line. And I'm going to show it to you. How did I draw the ECG of my life? They make me realize that amidst of all the busyness, I need to pause and to know that what truly matters while we are still here. Okay. All of us know that our life is made of various moments. And these moments are represented by the dots. Every single occasions, every single moment randomly happen, expected, unexpected, all are represented in the dot. And the people in your life, they are the circle. Because of them, you are made whole. Probably because of them, your events and your moments became complete. And as you can see, when there are many dots and circle comes together, it forms a line. Some of us have a very interesting life. I hope at the corner you can see this. We have occasions since we are born, different dots. And we have family members surrounding us. And as gradually you move, you'll find that you're forming a life curve. And on this y-axis and the x-axis, for the x is representing your lifespan. Well, we do not know, right, how long we're going to live on Earth. And the top y-axis is talking about your life events. So you have this x-axis about your lifespan, and the y-axis is about the events happening in your life, the moments. Some of us, we started very well. We have a very good straight line. Progressively moving up, graduated from college, doing very well. And we met somebody, and the life became messed up. We have that, right? And it's just a circle. We just keep going around the circle and the circle. Every day we are nagging, my spouse, my partners, blah, blah, blah. And then we just keep going on the circle, and we couldn't break out of it. Some of us, we have a very, very tough life. We didn't choose to be in that family. Neither we wish to be in the family. And the life just go down. But at the bottom pit, you decided to make a decision to change your perception, to change your life, and you know that you are the owner of this life. You rise up. You chose to rise up. You chose to be a different you, and you chose to break through the norms. So that's where you're rising up. And you rise up, and you rise up. Because every bottom pit, you know that is the opportunity and a chance for you to retake in order to go for the next height. Therefore, don't underestimate those dark valleys that you are in. Because that is the best opportunities for you, because nothing can be worse off. You at that worst situations already, so how could that be worse off? There is only one direction for you to go, is to go up. However, there are also some of us here, we are the averager, you know. We're not the superwoman, we are basically just living through to life like a circle, momentum, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that is what we chose to live. My life was a very exciting one. It was exciting not very much about what was given to me. That's why I'm very sold into what Sam mentioned earlier. We need to have the vision bigger than the provision. As I mentioned to you that I graduated from Malaysia as a Chinese graduate, I thought I was doing very well. I was a national badminton player, I was a school head prefect, and I was really top in the co-ops, and I think Singapore is so small, all right, it's no big deal for me, you know? So I was so full of myself, thinking that everything will be fine. And I went to Singapore, and on the first day, when people asking me about, tell us about yourself, I realized that I couldn't even speak out. And it went down. I started to question myself, that who am I? Who am I? Am I really that good? Am I overconfident? Am I a fool? And the next moment, when I gradually, by supporting by many people, friends, who told me that you can make it, I picked myself up and go up. Then I graduated from the college, thinking that I want to be a banker, because that was told that is the easiest way to be rich. You know, you know, Chinese typical families, it's only 3 careers you can choose: a lawyer, a doctor, or banker. So that was the top 3 choice. Science, I'm not doing very well, so doctor, forget it. Lawyer, you know, my English capability, nah, forget it. Banker, there is a hope, because you need to be very good in mathematics, maybe. So I think maybe I can score well in that, and therefore, I chose to be a banker. So in the very first 20 of my life, I only have a single dream. I want to be rich and famous. And I even told my mom, send me to Singapore. I guarantee you, before I turn 30, I'm going to be the millionaire. And guess what? I failed. Because on the very first day, when I was given the opportunity to become the investment banker, I quit my job. I quit my job within the 24 hours. I thought this was what I looked for. I thought that was my vision. And in the end, when I was put into the position, sitting at the corner, looking at the computer screens, analyzing the stocks and the foreign exchange, the forex trading, I was asking myself, is that all I'm going to do? Buy, sell for the rest of my life and make a fortune? Is that my worth? And I asked the manager there and then, say that, you know, Mr. Lim, may I know that why are you working in this environment? It is so stressful, and every day just looking at the screen and the monitor. And he just replied me, it's about the money, the paycheck, girl. And I struggle a lot, you know, I struggle a lot. A lot of us, we have invested our time, our life on something, that we set it and we fixated our mind in that goal. And suddenly you feel that it's not congruent with what you want to do. It's not aligned with your heart. I would like to ask you, do you still remember your heartbeat? Do you know what is the ECG of your heartbeat there and then? Those moments that you struggle, those inner voice that you have, do you recognize them? I was brave because I'm a bad woman. I was brave, so I took a decision. I decided to quit my job within 24 hours. And there goes. The life seems very rosy. I'm going to be a banker. It plunged down again. I know that that is not what I want to do, but I don't know what's next for me. By chance, I came to know about education. And I said that no harm to give it a try. I'm jobless, penniless at the time. What's next for me? Can't be worse off. Try something new then. And I did. And through trying, I found my passion. Through the passion, I found my impact. Through the impact, I found my calling. And through that calling, I started to realize the vision that I would like to have. And the vision is more than just a direction that's guiding me. It's also about the legacy that we desire to build while we are still in this lifetime. And you know what? I'm not going to be standing down here, keep talking and talking, you know. I'm going to let you experience this moment together. On the table, there is this A3 paper, and there are some marker. I would like all of you to try this ECG of your life. Take out the paper, come, everyone. Just take a piece of paper. I would like all of us to do this very honestly and very transparently. To yourself first. To yourself. Take out this paper and you draw on your Y and the x-axis. For your x is about the lifespan. And of course, we all believe that there's this power in visioning, right? So draw the lifespan as long as possible, that if you like to. For me, I usually will draw 120 years. Okay? And then, on your y-axis, that is the life event that you would like to capture. For some of us, maybe you want to start off your story or the ECG of your graph at the age of 5. Maybe some of you at the age of 10. Maybe you are as forgetful as me, that you would like to plan your year started off at the age of 20. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number. It is just a number. So all I wish you to do is start to chart down the occasion that's really tucked in your heart, the lowest moment of your life. I would like you to start off, it's actually the lowest moment in your life, and then just make a mark that what was that moment. You could indicate your age. You could indicate somebody like a circle who was there with you. What was that event? At the lowest point of my life, that was when I thought that I'm nobody. And the second lowest point of my life, it was I thought I'm going to be a banker, but it didn't turn out well. So, write it down. Write it down. You can put out a mental note that it was the first 10 years. It could be the first 20 years. Or maybe you can just write it down that specifically at that particular age, that the lowest point of your life. And I would like you to recall, how did you rise up from that lowest point of your life? Was it somebody that is next to you, supported you? Draw that circle down, probably put the initial of the person's name. Or was it you yourself rise it up? Because you know that that is enough. There should be more than this life. Then, I would like you to think again. What was the next crisis you made? So your chart will probably dive down a little bit. And then you rise again. This time, who is the person next to you? Who helped you to rise up? Was it your family members? Your friends? Your teacher? Speaker Institute? Your classmates? Or even a stranger? who was that angels that in your life that helped you to push up again? And now, the very third part, I would like you to draw the ECG of your life that you desire to see. Well, we know that there's only one way, right? It can't be a downward slope. It's definitely outward. And I would like you to draw that upward slope. And I would like you to start writing down in circle those people that you want to bring alongside with you when you rise up. The people that matter most to you, that you know that when you rise up, you will never forget them and you will rise them up as well. You will lift them up as well because you know these are the people that you want to leave your legacy with. You want to build them up. They are your closest kin, maybe. They could be your closest friends. They could be your fighting mates. Or it could be somebody that you have not forgiven and you would like to forgive that person and at the same time to lift him up as well or lift her up as well. All good? All good? Okay. Since we all are speaker, we are the trendsetter, we are the disruptor, we are the connector, we are the influencer. Let's take our ACF in practice. Shall we share to the person next to you, within 2 minutes, the lowest point in your life and the highest point in your life? And in between these two, what have changed? All right. It's great. Now, I believe if let's say we talk about the ECG of our life for our future, especially if we talk about Vision 2020, I think most of us will draw the chart like this because we all know there is only one way for all of us here. That is to go up. Because there is more. And the favorite quote, the best has yet to come. Right? So, we only have one direction to go up. And I would like you to internalize this chart that you have. Because when you are down, you remember you have made a commitment that you want to go back to the point. Because you know your life is only have one direction, that is to go up. And those people that you circle, we know that proximity is power. And are not just mingle with people who are powerful, but remember, we also have a calling that is to build people. Usually, at our most vulnerable situations, people follow us. People do not follow you when you are at the highest peak because they will see that, yeah, you have all, you know, you're gifted, you're born from a rich family, you have education, you have tra. But when we at our most vulnerable point, people watch us. They look at us and they wanted to see whether we are the leaders that they can trust, because they know when they're at their most vulnerable stage, they can lean on to us. We've been there, we've done that, and we can do it, and we can help other people. This is my ECG chart. I circle with family members, friends, my colleagues that work alongside with me. I have their name in my mind every day when I wake up. Because all of us, we can't assume we will have this moment until there and then. We never know when our life will be interrupted. We never know. But all we know is that when we have a vision that is lived longer than us, we are not afraid. Because every single day, when you're living your vision with the people that you're building up, with or without you, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. It's your vision that lives beyond you. I had this picture that I was taken yesterday when I was walking around at the resort. And it's very interesting. It's a very nice photo. I mean, I personally feel that it's a nice photo. The sky was very gloomy. There is a launch pad. And there's no vessel. There's no boat. And I was asking myself, how would I be able to get to this destination? The sky is gloomy. This is a launch pad, the jetty, and there's no vessel. This picture reminds us that, friends, we are the vessel. Carry along with us is not just our vision, but it's our people. Your people. And although the future may be very gloomy, nobody knows. But I would like to assure you, your vision will be your guide. Your passion is your fuel. Your belief is the energy. And your people is the very reason why all of us are here. And therefore, let your vision live beyond you. Let your vision live beyond you. Your legacy starts now. As you are charting your vision, do not allow time, constraint to stop you. Do not think that you only have another 30 years, 20 years. You could be only having one day. So what? So what? And I would like to encourage all of us here for the next 3 days. As every single moment that when we're going through the vision and learning from the fellow speakers as well as everybody here, all of us here have a story. We have a lowest point, we have a highest point. All of us here are learning from one another for one reason. We are here for the people, we are here for our vision, and our vision lives longer than us. Thank you.
Let the world know that you can present virtually and make $4,000 in 2 weeks presenting online. Hi, I'm Sam Cawthorne, CEO and founder of Speakers Institute, and in my free online virtual summit, I'll show you the secrets in how to create and sell an online product even if you've never presented online before. I'll show you what platforms to use, my step-by-step framework to creating a product, and the winning formula to attract and win attention of a buying audience. Online, virtual, digital and live streaming will be key to ensure at this time you will never be underpaid, undervalued and under-recognized. There is no better time than right now to educate yourself and learn how to influence and get ready for the post-COVID-19 upswing.
Share, I mean, how good the feeling was after completing the session, and I think the feedbacks were just too good. So I mean that is forcing me to think beyond. I think it was pretty linear thinking earlier, and now it is pretty diversified. So that is very helpful.
Thank you, Charlene, Christiane, and Sam, for obviously the benefit and the inspiration you've given to so many of us, and to all the participants. Because I think, for me personally, this is the first time I've felt that I've been in such a safe space to be vulnerable and to make mistakes. And I know that a lot of us have shared some really traumatic events in our life, possibly for the first time publicly. So that's just been a really huge thing. So thank you for everyone for opening up and for people to open up and be authentic.
I'd like to firstly acknowledge you, Sam. Thank you so much for instituting the Speakers Institute and all of the lovely people who've attended today. I think they've done an absolutely wonderful job. I think all of their stories are worthy of stage presence. I think you'll all go very far.
I just wanted to say, being out of the workforce for 6 years, looking after little kids, and this is the first course I've ever done, and it was astounding. It blew my mind. It was beyond my expectations. And thank you, Kate, for the feedback today. That was brilliant, and it's given me the confidence to back myself, because I didn't have that before. Because, you know, when you leave for a while and you come back, it's all a bit dodgy. So thank you.
And it was really an experience which I was looking for, to give that push, the last push which is needed, because I'm very low on execution. So your story and your message gave me that push which I really needed. So thank you very much, and also to the fellow participant for bearing with me.
Did you know that at the end of the day, in Australia alone, 6 men will choose to end their lives? When I first enrolled in this program, I was really nervous and I didn't even know why I enrolled in it. I just knew that I had a message that I need to share. Have you ever felt like you've been putting on a mask and hiding under it your whole life? Like you have to put on a different face in different situations?
Edwin, I believe that you are on a tipping point right now. I really do. And I believe as you master exactly what this message is, and also getting this message out, I believe that you will start a movement, and millions of people are going to be part of this, and they're going to be leaning into what you have to say, and you're the right person for this.
At the end of these 3 days, I feel so much more confident. I feel that I've been transformed, and I feel like I need to really share this message out there. And if you feel like you have a message worth sharing, and I know you do, make sure that you enroll in the Premier Bootcamp.
This is the Celebrity Authority Show. Please welcome your host, Sam Cawthorne.
Well, I'm super excited about who we have in the studio today. We have Elena. Now, Elena, I could try and risk your last name, but how do you pronounce your last name?
It's pronounced Mamontov as it is written.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, Elena, thank you so much for joining us here in the studio. Tell us a little bit more about your background, and obviously from your surname.
From my surname. So my background is Russian, but my parents were actually born in China. And before my dad passed away, he had never been back to Russia at all. Mum had been with me once. Yeah.
Wow, Russian, Chinese living here in Australia.
Here.
That's an amazing eclectic background, that's for sure. Hey, now you're a thought leader and coach in mental health and well-being. Tell us a little bit more about your journey and what makes you a thought leader and coach in this whole area of mental well-being and
Yeah. So I'm all about pressing delete and starting over. And my journey started, or has been going on for the last 30 years, where I have taken on a lot of responsibility and juggling a lot of balls and, dropping a few along the way.
We all do.
Exactly. And I set up a program where you can just press delete. Give yourself, take a step back, take a breather, and evaluate again what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life.
Because in a way we are all jack of all or Jill of all trades.
Yes.
And, you know, with all of these things that the world puts us pressure on, it is very hard to juggle all these balls at once.
Yeah,
is that right?
That's right. And it's not just the world putting pressure on yourself, you put pressure on yourself also. So you need to allow yourself to be able to take that step back and, you know, just press delete and start over. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the deletes that you've had to press in your life.
Okay.
Even if it was from that transition from where you grew up to what you're now doing today.
Sure. So I grew up in a family of 3 girls, and we were brought up very prim and proper. Mum and Dad were quite traditional and religious, and that served me well for, you know, at least, you know, 20, 25 years. But then I started to really question what it is that I wanted for myself, not just what my parents told me to do or what society told me to do. So I started to listen to them less and started to listen to myself more.
Right.
And that's when I started to hit that delete button, getting rid of old past ideas or beliefs that didn't serve me, and I started to embrace and take on new ideas and new beliefs that would serve me better and help me reach my eventual goal and vision.
It's a lot easier said than done, deleting some things that we hold on to that we don't realise that are stopping us. So how do we delete?
Well, I guess for a lot of people, delete is could be quite a harsh word, and perhaps it's not so much as deleting. Perhaps it's just stopping or pausing and taking that step to really look at your life, I guess, through a magnifying glass. And I guess the first step is to declutter any of that, whatever you have in your mind. So mind clearing. Clear your physical space, because that makes a real difference too. The clearer your space around you is, the clearer you become in your mind. And after that, evaluate what you have and what you want in your life. And then whatever you don't need, let that go. Leave it in the past, let it stay there.
So I love that whole area of what you're saying around clear even the space around you. So your thinking is as simple as your desk in the office or your car or even your own bedroom. If you clear that, it'll actually then clear space in your mind. Is that right?
Absolutely. So when we clear things around us on a physical level, it starts to bring, you're allowing yourself to bring other things into your space and into your mind. So we're affected by energy. So thought is energy and the space around you is also energy.
Yeah. And this whole area of health and well-being, particularly when it does come to mindfulness, do you recommend any areas of mindfulness practice, such as meditation, or even if it is just going for a walk on a nice beach or something?
Yeah.
Is something that you would recommend?
Absolutely. Meditation is something that I try to incorporate into my daily life, and I suggest it to anyone. And it doesn't have to be a long meditation. All it takes is really a minute or 3. And it's a matter of quietening your mind and just stepping back and relaxing. So no thoughts in your head, and, you know, just taking that time out for yourself. And of course, you know, walking is a great way to do that too. Or do something that you enjoy, like going for a swim or colouring in.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, that rhymed. I like that.
Yeah,
Hey, Elena, so what's next for you? Like, what's a big project or something that you're really looking forward to in your world?
Yeah, sure. So my next project is to run a 2-day workshop that is coming up, and that will be followed by my soon-to-be released book.
Tell us a little bit more about your book.
Yeah, sure. So my book is called Press, Delete and Start Over, and it basically talks about my journey, how I got to where I got to, and also it gives you the 6-step program, how you can also press, delete and start over in your life.
Great. So if there's people out there right now that are finding it really hard to get rid of that clutter or really hard to delete things in their world, is there something specifically that maybe they could be mindful of just today that they can do in order for them to get one more step towards deleting and starting over?
Yeah, sure. I think the first thing is meditate. Give yourself at least 2-3 minutes to clear your mind, and then take that one step forward.
Hey, Elena, thank you so much for joining us here in the
You're
studio.
welcome.
It is an absolute pleasure for us to interview here today. However, just before you go, we have this great little segment that we do for all of our celebrity guests that come in, and it's called the 10 Questions in 60-Second Challenge. Elena, do you accept the challenge?
I accept that challenge, Sam.
Yeah, all right, Elena. Your time starts now. Favourite colour?
Blue-green.
Bluey
Blue-green.
green.
Bluey-green.
Like a mixture?
Teal.
A teal. I like teal. Favourite food?
Oh, my mum's dumplings.
Oh, yeah.
Love them.
I love my mum's curry.
Yeah.
Favourite celebrity?
Is
Rove is
yes,
awesome.
she's good.
Favourite actor?
Actress, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, yes, she's got some great ones.
Yes, and she plays golf.
Yes.
Yeah, love it.
Favourite professional speaker?
I would have to say Sam.
Thank you. Favourite book?
My favourite book, it's actually a 5-part series book and it's called 12.
12?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it.
By
They made a
Jasper
movie or
Kent.
something
No, but they really should.
Yes. Oh, actually, that's the next question. Favourite movie?
Favourite movie, Under a Tuscan Sun with Diane Keaton.
Very good. Great movie. Favourite city?
Sydney, I live here.
It is,
Yeah.
it is the greatest
It
city
is.
in the world. Favourite drink?
Look, water first and then Long Island iced tea.
And favourite pizza topping?
Pizza topping, pineapple.
Pineapple. And Elena, if you could become an animal, which animal would you be?
A dolphin.
A dolphin.
Animal? I don't know. There's just something serene and graceful about them.
Elena, thank you so much for coming in here on the Celebrity Authority Show.
Thank you,
Yay.
Sam. Thank you.
Our next speaker is a nationally registered psychologist, ANZI Master Coach, and Fellow of the International Association of Facilitators. He's recognised as a leading expert in the application of human-centred design to topics such as high-risk industrial safety, high-value teaming, and human potential. Over the last 20 years, he has designed and delivered programs for global clients, including Rio Tinto, BHP, Boeing Aerospace, and ANZ Private Bank. His purpose is to help create workplaces that enhance the human experience. And that will be his topic today to share with you. Please welcome to the stage, Jonathan Lincoln.
I have in my life a number of heroes. And these are men and women that I've looked at and thought they have a characteristic that I don't, but I would like to develop. And so I looked at them. And one of my heroes is Sir Richard Attenborough. As I observe him, Sir Richard Attenborough is a man of a quiet, calm nobility. And yet, in his quiet, gentle way, he is fierce in his determination to protect the environment. And that's something that I look to and I admire greatly. Recently, I was watching one of his specials, and it raised in me a question. And the question was, why exactly are humans the top of the food chain? Because if you look at us on paper, we should not be. An example, a male silverback gorilla is 30 times stronger than you. 30. That's a big number. The fastest human to ever run ran at 27.4 kilometres per hour. And as we know, a cheetah runs at 97 kilometres an hour, but here's the kicker, the hippo runs at 40. And so we would get run down by a hippo, and hence my question, why are we top of the food chain? We have no claws, we have no fangs, we have no chemical weapons such as venom, we can't swim that well, we can't fly, we can't camouflage, we have no armour, and our night vision is average at best. How did we get there? Now, most of you, 99% of the people in the room are going, haha, it's because of our brain. Wrong. As a psychologist, I'm going to say to you, it's not the brain that gave us our advantage. And here's how we know that. If we go back for 300,000 years, And we are on the central plains of Africa, and here is my first ancestor. And he is on the plains by himself hunting. The reality of his situation is that at the moment he's prey. More things can eat him than he can eat. And yes, Sam's little monologue yesterday came from me. He's prey. But if we picked him up, and we could pick him up because he's only 5'2", so we pick him up and we put him with his tribe, suddenly he goes from being prey to predator, and not just any predator. He becomes top predator. He becomes extinction level predator. He becomes a predator so potent that he can, for the first time in the world's history, he can wipe out another species. His tribe gives him life. His tribe makes him strong. Where he might be weak, others support. And so when one is off, not all are going to be off. Some are going to be on. And so we find out that it's not the brain that gave us the survival adaptation that put us at the top of the food chain. It is the tribe. The brain knows this so well, and it is so wide for it that for 300,000 years, it's believed that if I'm out of the tribe, I'm in danger. If I'm in the tribe, I'm safe. Tribe is life. And we know that this is true. Have you ever had the experience where you find out after the event that your friends went somewhere without you? And we have that feeling, don't we? That's this. That's your brain saying, hey, that's dangerous. Don't let that happen. Shove your way back in there. The reason that solitary confinement is the worst punishment we can put a human being through, again, is related to this. Within 6 to 8 weeks of solitary confinement, all prisoners report that their brain creates an imaginary friend for them. That's how much we need to be part of a tribe. And so over the 300,000 years that we've been evolving, the brain has been refining this to the point where neuroscientists today say that we are absolutely wired for tribe. There are functional centers in your brain that if you look at them as an individual, they make no sense. We can't make sense of them. But if you look at them in a pair, now they make sense. And if you look at them as part of a threesome, they make even more sense. And if you look at it as a quad, they make more sense again. Every part of your neurology is wired for tribe. When I was growing up, I had two main tribes in my life. The first was a group of boys that I played basketball with. That's what we tribed around. We tribed around basketball. And to a person, they were raised in good homes. When I grew up, if you lived in West Chermside, you were poor. If you lived in Chermside, you were rich. They all lived in Chermside. I lived in West Chermside. In their households, they had conversations about ethics and morality, what type of person you were going to be in the world. How would you serve? Two of these boys have been in public service their whole lives. The others are all good people, all of them doing and contributing well to the world. Now, in their homes, when they have these conversations about ethics and morality and who you're going to be in the world, we didn't have those conversations in my home. And so when I'm with them, I want to be like them. So I listen and participate in these conversations to the best that I can. And around them, I'm like them. I'm a good person. But I had a second tribe, and this was a tribe that I was born into. And the head of that tribe was my father. And my father was a man of just unpredictable, incandescent rage. His rage was white hot. And a lot of that rage got directed at me, either because he was angry at me or because I was trying to intervene for my sisters who I didn't like to see him hitting on. And the violence was an extreme form of violence. It was life-threatening. And so that by the time I'm sort of 13, 14, 15, this violence has been projected on me, and I've got it sitting inside me, and I don't know what to do with it, so I just shoot it out into society, and society was not happy with that. And it resulted in me being incarcerated on a number of occasions. And incarceration is a wholly bad thing. There is nothing good about it. If someone's been incarcerated for 3 years, they are paying a price, and it's a heavy, heavy price. But the one thing I got was time. I got time to look at and have to accept this very, very unpleasant reality of my life that I'm there because I chose to be there. This version of me that I picked up and was living out put me here. But I didn't have to be because there was another version of me that I had chosen to be, and I knew I could, but I didn't. I chose this, so I'm here. This became so real to me that I formed this thing in my own mind that I called version theory. And this is not a psychological term, this is half the word is missing. Pretend it says version up the top, okay? Version theory says there are versions of us, we all have different versions of ourselves, and we choose which version we're going to be at any given moment in time. And I, for example, chose that this version instead of that suffered. It's so much a part of my thinking that my current business is named after it, in that Small Giants Advisory is the name of the business, and we would say that our name is our philosophy, in that we would say that there are times in life when we act small. And we are fearful, or we're jealous, or we're insecure, or we're nasty. We might be small-minded, we might say. And in this state, what we do is we tear down, or we undermine, or we detract from the situation. We're part of the problem. But there's another version of us. There are times in life when we are big, and we are humble, and we're sure, and we're noble, and we're strong, and we add unto, and we construct, and we make more than. We become bigger than the problem, and we become bigger than the people who are part of the problem. And this is when we would say, you're a small giant. Same size as you always are, but you're bigger than the problem at hand. We would say that small giants add more, offer more, give more, construct more, because they are more. Because more of you as a small giant turns up in the situation. Hence, you're able to offer more than if you're being small-minded. A little bit behind on that one. All right, minded, asking, if I go into a situation and I say, for example, what the hell is wrong with him? I'm small-minded, or I'm straight up. This is a small version of me. I'm looking to blame what is wrong with him. But if I walk into the situation and I say, okay, what's a small giant version of this? Even braver question. What's a small giant version? Small this? Or how do I small giant this situation? I'm immediately, with my questions, putting myself in small giant mode. Here's now the call to action, which I'm going to say I don't normally do. It's thanks to Speakers Institute that I would be doing this. If on a daily basis, I asked one small giant question, and I made one small giant decision, and I did that over 10 days, then what would happen is at the end of the week, there might be 10 events that were small giant-like, and that would have a small impact. It'd have an impact in my world, but probably not the world. But if today, you all, because there's about like 100 of you, if you all did the same thing, and going forward over the next 10 days, you asked one question a day, and then one small giant question a day, and then acted on that small giant question, at the end of that week, we would have, does anyone know the number? Oh, maths is so terrible, isn't it? What's the number? 1,000. We would have like 1,000 events. Now, again, we're not going to change the world there, but we get a ripple, at least. But check this out. Because I know you all like to talk so much, if all of us, every day, asked one small giant question, took one small giant action, and did the thing that we're all good at, talked to one person a day about that, and everybody did it, at the end of the 10 days, do you know what the number is? It's 1 sextillion small giant. Yes, one small giant. That's a number that would get a difference in the world. And so here is my invitation. Small giants, we do things subtly. So we don't have big high fives and handshakes. If you do a small giant thing, this is the symbol, okay? So if you did something good or you think somebody might be minded of being a small giant, that's what we would say to them. And so here's my invitation. It's one small thing. It's one choice a day, one conversation a day to inform people about what small giants is. And if we did that, then I would say to you that the future is very, very bright for a humanity that can do good things in the world, and we would probably create a little tribe that Sir Richard Attenborough himself would be very, very happy about.
Hi guys, Sam Cawthorn here, CEO and founder of Speakers Institute and also Speakers Tribe. I'm super excited about today's video because it's all specifically around persona. Now, the dictionary meaning of the word persona is actually more around a character of what you display. Whereas for me, the way that I look at this is what exactly do you want to emulate to the world? In other words, what do they see?
they meeting your customers, your clients, your marketplace, etc. What exactly is the brand that you want to have out there in the marketplace? What is the persona, the character, the presence, the visual image of what you are portraying out there in the marketplace? You know, I've done a lot of media, right, from TV all the way through to radio, as well as also some print media as well. And I've been really consciously aware exactly how I look, particularly in both the print media, in my photos, as well as also on the camera on TV as well. From my shirt through to the coloured jacket, through to my unshaven look, all the way through to my smile and my charisma, or my certainty and my confidence and my seriousness. So that's exactly what we will be unpacking today, is what exactly do you want the market to see you as? How exactly do you want you to be seen? Is it professional, serious and credibility-like? Or is it more joy, playful, fun and entertaining? Or maybe it's just simply a little bit of a mixture of both. We're going to unpack that a little bit today. So we're going to study a few cases here, as well as also look at what really people in the marketplace are doing today. So first of all, let's have a look of some people out there. First of all, we're going to have a look at Richard Branson. Now, one thing I love about Richard Branson is he always has exactly the same look. As you can see here, it's very fun, adventurer, dreamer, risk taker. He has the long hair, which really equals a bit of freedom. Blonde and surfy look, which is more around adventure, as well as also that beard, wisdom, as well as also rebellion, as well as what we see in there. So if you do a Google search, this is pretty much so what you will see. You will see exactly the same facial expressions, fun, laughter, visionary. You'll see this guy that's got the long hair, always got that goatee beard type thing. And so he has this congruent persona that you're always going to see out there in the marketplace. Let's have a look at someone else. This guy here is Dr. Demartini. You might have heard of him, may not have. He's really is like a spiritual guru, really helps you with your beliefs. And so as you can see here, this guy here is very European, world influence, classy, security type look. He's very also old school with the pinstripes, expensive quality, high roll, page boy haircut, which is very his signature look, which you'll see across the board. His suits are all very power suits, quality, double-breasted, clean cut. He's a sharp businessman. So again, if you see, have a look here at the Google search, he pretty much has exactly the same look across the board. Again, this is the persona that he has out there in the marketplace. Now let's have a look of Kylie Kwong. Chef, if you don't know her, she is Asian culinary, creative, crafty, minimal, simplistic, always has those dark frames on her glasses. Her hair is very straight, shoulder length, face is very warm, smile. She's got that oriental style look with the reds and the whites, crafty accessory to complete look. And then again, if you have a look at her Google search in images, you will see pretty much show exactly that same look with those big glass lens and obviously also that shiny black hair as well. Let's look at Naomi Simpson, CEO of Red Balloon. As you can see here, she always wears red. I really like her, and one of the main reasons is she always is congruent with her persona out there in the marketplace. So as you can see here, passionate, consistency, welcoming, that hair length always just above the shoulders, brand always dressed in variations of red. Again, if you do a Google search here, you can see pretty much across the board, she wears exactly the same red across the board. So again, very, very congruent with her persona. Let's have a look at one more, which is Sarah Blakely. She is the founder of Spanx. And so Sarah, as you can see here, confident, approachable, reassuring, assertive. Her hair, long blonde, loose and wave, smile, attire brand, and bold colors. So again, if you do a Google search on her, pretty much show exactly the same. Every single one of them is very that smiley look. So as we're looking at these, I want you to start thinking of what exactly is your own persona out there in the marketplace, and how do you want other people to view you, your character, your personality, all just simply from images, which is your persona, yeah? So I want to take you through right now my journey. So as you can see here, this was me 4 or 5 years ago. I was very much so sort of a page boy look, all very clean shaven, and really trying to have that mixture between schoolboy all the way through to a young professional. This was my persona in the marketplace. And so what we then needed to do was really look at how I can transform that to be an authority person in the marketplace, to be the #1 expert in the marketplace. So what we did here is we needed to uncover a few things. The first one here was personal heroes, people I respect and admired, the style of these heroes, then really identify the future me, exactly where I wanted to create my new signature look. We looked at my closet, leaving the past and having this brand new future. Everything from my strengths all the way through to the design and creation of this new look, which is who I am today. So then we looked at some wardrobe here. We looked at both shaved, unshaved look. We looked at everything from sneakers and professional look through to business shoes, etc. Was it jeans or was it suit? Was it a mixture of both? Was it suit or was it just simply collar without a tie? And we explored all of this, and as you can see here, we looked at a lot of different ways here of what would be this new look for me in the marketplace. And as you can see here, this is what we came up with. We came up with that real crisp, professional look. There's no huge smile there as such, but there's certainly a visionary eyes that's looking out there into the distance with a real clean-cut suit, starched collar, and so on and so forth. And so as you can see here, the contrast of the person beforehand through to the person I am today. So guys, I want you to really think about what exactly is the persona that you want out there in the marketplace, and what are people that you want to emulate off, people that inspires you, your heroes, people that are cool out there, and maybe you actually have your own DVP, your own differentiating value personality. So we know that Pharrell has the hat, we know that Bono has the glasses, we know that Sam Cawthon has the arm or the bionic, or you know, what exactly is you going to be your signature look? You know, we know that, Richard Branson has the long hair. We know that Naomi has the red. What exactly is your DVP, your differentiating value personality? And what persona do you want the market to look at you with as well? So guys, I really hope that this video has given you value, but what I'm going to now do is show you a video of someone that has transformed, that we've actually arranged. So we have worked with both of these people, both Oddie, who is the creator, the brander, and she actually works with a number of our clients. And then we have Kylie, who's the lady that is going through this transformation in her own persona. So I want you to watch this video and really start thinking about what is your own transformation in your own visual appearance, and how exactly do you want your persona to be out there in the marketplace. So right now, we are going to watch this video.
So the purpose of what I do is I love seeing people really shine through the clothes that they wear. When I deal with a client, I get interested in the thought process that has them pick out their clothes and then have them see what that actually communicates, which is completely incongruent to what they really want to communicate, and then step them through a process so they can see for themselves a new possibility of clothes that actually work for them. So what I do is I book a phone consultation with them and I ask a series of questions, which the intention is to flesh out as much details as possible about their character, their personality, what styles or colours already work for them, to give me an accurate view of what it is they want. The next step is booking in a wardrobe audit or assessment. Now with Kylie, a lot of what I fleshed out on the phone conversation was really contrasted with what was already in her closet.
Now I feel completely different.
Yeah, okay, why is that?
Because I think you've highlighted to me what's going on.
Yeah, and what's that? What's going on?
That it doesn't work, that it's busy, that it's probably drawing attention to things that I don't want it to draw attention to.
Yeah, so I want to take you back a bit to, you know, all that transition that you went through. How long ago was that surgery, and how long have you been feeling this way when you do pick clothes, feeling not comfortable in your skin?
The first surgery was November 13, and the last one was September 2014.
And were these dresses purchased before or after your surgery?
That one before, and everything else was after.
Okay, and I can see already what's in this section is very busy, very loose.
Yeah, it's almost like a copy and paste, isn't it?
Yeah, all of these had been picked out to really hide what's been going on with you. You're not comfortable in your own skin. And what else? Like, what's all this emotion about?
It's not a nice way to feel.
And now you can see, basically, this is, you know, not the message you want to communicate to people. You know, so I now want you to get connected to what do you love about your business and your job?
In a way, I suppose I'm in the transformation business myself, but it's around relationships and it's around helping people connect more authentically with each other. And when there's barriers in the way between that connection, helping them to see what they are and accepting each other of who they are. And it's funny. I'm just realising that I'm not accepting myself.
You had been completely avoiding this area and you know, it's time to now actually take away what doesn't work. And I'm going to be completely straight with you. From what we've discussed and created as you, the new you in the future, this completely is not a match for that person.
Yeah, I see it
so
too.
This needs to go.
Can I take it off, please?
Yes, please, you can. The next step in the process is taking the client shopping. So at this point, they are already present to a new view of how they could possibly. Now we go to the shops and we hunt and purposely pick and choose clothes that's going to match that new image and vision that we previously put together. My most favourite thing about this is when I see their view of themselves transforms from what previously picked the clothes that didn't work to then this new view of light and possibility.
This experience for me was quite transformational. I learned a lot about myself that I wasn't aware of before. I learned that I was hiding. I learned that your image says so much more than you think it does. And I learned that what I was trying to hide was actually being highlighted, which was horrifying when I realised. And working with Oddie really opened my eyes. I think Oddie's techniques make a difference because she gets to the source of the problem. If I hadn't been taken to the reason why I was doing what I was doing, I would have just kept making the same mistakes without even knowing why. When she pointed it out, I knew what the problem was, we fixed it, and I'm moving forward.
Wow, what a real powerful video there of a total transformation there of Kylie Worry, who's been one of our master proteges. So guys, I really hope that this has really started getting you think about the persona that you want out there in the marketplace, because this is actually how you're going to stand out and how people are going to know who you are by you being consciously aware of the persona of how you want the market to view you. And it certainly makes a difference to your bottom line as well, particularly the way that people that book speakers and people that book professionals, the way that they view you as well. And make sure also this persona is congruent across your brand, from your LinkedIn profile picture
all the way through to your website, and then when they first see you as well. Actually, I'll tell you this one story. I remember this one time where I was literally moving from, you know, this page boy shaven look to now this rugged facial, you know, together with a bright suit. And I remember rocking up to a gig and they said, you don't look like Sam Cawthorn. Because obviously we'd send through all of our marketing materials, actually showed the old me. So make sure that everything is congruent across the board and you're always up to date with the persona that you have out there in the marketplace. So guys, I really hope that this video has given you a lot of value. And don't forget that we constantly always do shoot these videos to give you a lot of value there wherever you are at in your journey. But I would strongly suggest for you to tune in to the very next video module, tune into this curriculum as well to make sure you constantly get value and really upgrade your thinking in this whole area of mastering communication to influence your market. The next one we have straight after persona is that we do have packaging. So super excited about how to package or maybe even build a course so you can get paid while you sleep. So guys, really looking forward to talking to you all again really soon. Again, my name is Sam Cawthorn, CEO and founder of Speakers Institute, as well as also Speakers Tribe. I'll see you very soon.
From a corporate background, I'd spent many years working in corporate organisations. I had a lot of mental health issues and I suffered a breakdown. And I went through a period of recovery, and out of that recovery it was, well, what do I want to do with my life? I've come up with a lot of learnings based on what I experienced in corporate organisations, but also I help people through change. So what could I do with my personal learnings? And I packaged those two up together to become The Happy Path, which is my business. And I now coach people through change and organisations through change. I know that I would have probably shared my story one-on-one with a few people. It may have come up in conversation, but I never would have thought to claim the stage, to go out there in a practical way, because not everyone with mental health issues has the courage to share their story or to build that appreciation for other people. And I have that courage. I found that courage through Speakers Institute, and that was my epiphany, that share my story, and the amount of people who connect with me afterwards, even privately, so not necessarily in a likes or comments or shares or cheerleading for me, but in a very deep personal way, sharing their experiences. So the power of sharing a story and the ripple effect that that has been huge. It's not just about getting the skills to execute your craft on stage. It's actually all about building your business, building those connections with organisations. So for me, I know that I'm definitely better positioned to be a catalyst for positive change than I would have been previously.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in for today's episode here at Speakers TV. My name is Sam Cawthorn, and we are super excited about Speakers TV and about these episodes that we bring to you every single weekday, as well as also on every single Saturday. Guys, we'd love to hear from you. If you've got any feedback at all for us, or maybe you want to comment right now in the chat bar about what was your biggest takeaway from today's session. But also, not only that, why don't you join us? So here at Speakers Institute, we do have a number of programs such as our online boot camps or our protege program. At Speakers Tribe here, we're all about running these big, large annual conferences every year, but also not only that, there is an annual membership that you can get where in your city we do have tribe gatherings, all really encouraging you going from where you are today to where you really want to be. Or maybe you want to tell your friends and your family about Speakers TV. But can I please encourage you, why don't you like this page? Why don't you join us each day? Why don't you tell other people about these episodes? Because we are all about really helping you on this journey to becoming that recognized voice of authority authority for you to find your message and your story and get that out there into the world. We are super excited about your journey, so please lean in and join us today. To your success, my name is Sam Cawthorne, and don't forget, the best is yet to come.